Everybody ready to go?
Stand by.
Excellent. Good morning. My name is Louis Savello, and I'm the president of the Suffolk County Police Benevolent Association. You know, we're here once again, and it's beginning to feel a little bit like Groundhog's Day, because this is another instance of someone trying to murder a Suffolk County police officer. Just a short time ago, we were here for Officer Damon, shot in the face. Just a little while before that, Officer Gallagher, run off the road and almost killed. And it's clear that there is an epidemic of violence against police officers. And it's being fueled by lax laws in this state. Our police are out there risking their lives every day, and they feel abandoned. I look at the news in the morning, I turn on my phone, and I see a cop killer being celebrated. Chicago's teachers union put out a post for cop killer killed a New Jersey state police officer. Never faced justice. And our police officers are tired of it. In each one of these situations, there's a calculation being made by the criminal to shoot their way out of the situation rather than comply. We call on our elected officials once again to start passing laws that make our jobs easier. I'm just thankful that we have a DA in this county that, despite the deck being stacked against him, holds these criminals accountable. We're very pleased with the outcome in this case, that this defendant was handed a sentence of over 2 decades. Again, that's despite lax discovery laws, despite bail reform, despite all the obstacles that are put in DA Tierney's way. He's done a tremendous job in this case, but he cannot do it alone. We need our elected officials at the state level to step up and do the right thing and protect our police officers. And that's the only way we're going to stop from doing this again and again and again and avoid a tragedy. Because in each one of these cases, our police officers narrowly escape with their lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Lou. Lou said that I can't do it alone, and I couldn't agree more with Lou. In this case and in so many other cases, we didn't do it alone, and we benefited primarily from the great work that was done by the Suffolk County Police Department and the East End Drug Task Force, and so we're grateful. I'm grateful to the ADAs, Alyssa Costantino, Jay Kubitz, under the direction of Mark Murray. They did a great job, but they were given a great case through the work of our law enforcement partners in the East End Drug Task Force, and of course the Suffolk County PD. I was talking with the officers before, and here in Suffolk County we benefit from the fact that the District Attorney's Office and the police departments work very closely together. Our investigators, East End Drug Task Force, Suffolk County Police Department, there's never a case that you work more closely with the police than a drug investigation and a wiretap investigation. So this is a case this case was the culmination of months of really hard, intensive work where we in the District Attorney's Office and the police sit down, investigate the case, work the case, follow leads, until we come to that day where we begin to take the case down, we begin to plan arrests. And that's where we sort of separate. That's where we as prosecutors stay back, and it's the police officers who put themselves in harm's way. And every time you do it, you say to yourself, I hope nobody gets hurt. I hope this goes well. In this instance, we were back when we saw the events unfold, where this individual struck police officers, firing weapons, leading police on a multi-town chase. And the entire time you're sitting back, you're saying, I hope nobody gets hurt. I hope nobody gets hurt. And through no doing of the defendant. Nobody got hurt in this case, again, because of the professionalism and the great work that was done by the police in this case. So we're thankful for that, and we're glad that the defendant has been held responsible for not only drug dealing, but for his attempt to murder a police officer. And that should be a serious penalty, and a serious penalty was handed out by the judge in today's case, and we're thankful for that. And I would just add, this is, again, as Lou was saying, this is part of a theme that we're seeing of lawlessness, of disregard for the safety of others, and disrespect of our police officers, which not only makes our police officers less safe, but makes us all less safe. And again, this is one where a lot of advocates will talk about non-violent drug dealers. There's no such thing as a non-violent drug dealer. If you have drugs, if you have a lucrative racket, there will be guns, there will be violence attached to that as they seek to protect their racket and elude capture by the police. So that's all I really have to say about the case. Does anybody have any questions?
Just how many officers total were involved? So I know the one officer was hit multiple times by the minivan, and then how many were in the car that he was shooting at? Is it?
Well, there's countless police officers because once the shots are fired, police from all so there were East End Drug Task Force, Narcotics Division, DA squad police officers were out there. And then obviously once this chase ensues and the shots are fired, now we have precinct cops coming and basically all hands on deck. So countless police officers were involved, and because of that involvement, we were able to apprehend the defendant without any further injury from anyone else.
I'm curious your thoughts when his defense attorney says that he wasn't trying to kill anybody while talking about his client shooting out of a moving vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, I think his actions belie his intent, and we can infer intent from action. So when you have a situation where police officers who are identify themselves as police officers who are wearing their shield, on a placard around their necks, and they announce themselves and they tell him to stop, and he gets into a car, and then he tries to run them over, not once but twice, and then begins firing a weapon as he's fleeing the scene. Recklessly flying, he's firing a weapon from a speeding car. So the danger to not only police officers but the public at large is self-apparent. And again, thanks to the actions by the Suffolk County Police Department, there was no one injured, which was really, when you think about it, kind of miraculous.
To piggyback on Grant's question, Lou, you've said actually in this building to our cameras before on different cases that if you point a firearm at a Suffolk County Police officer and you fire that weapon, you are intending to kill them. Do you still believe in that sentiment?
1,000%. If you're shooting at a police officer, your intent is to kill them. You don't fire a weapon at a police officer and not intend to kill. Plain and simple. This was a brazen attempt to murder a Suffolk County police officer. And they had every intention of putting that police officer in the grave when you're firing that gun at them. Any statement to the contrary is nonsense.
And any of those officers or the officer that was hit by the minivan that are here today, do any of them want to speak or identify themselves?
No.
Lou spoke about needing stricter laws. In this instance, he was facing an advanced sentence, right? He remained in custody. What tools were missing from your kit in this particular case that you could use legislatively?
So, in this case, I do think there's enhanced penalties and I'm thankful under New York State law they recognize that police officers who every day go out and are trying to keep us safe, there's enhanced penalties for that. So in this case, the law, he got that 20-year sentence because those laws are in place. But in general, when you're talking about enhanced discovery, bail reform, and you're looking at the practice of a prosecutor's office writ large over thousands of cases. It's that every single case is way more difficult to prosecute because of these onerous demands, oftentimes made more onerous because judges will add to the burden already placed on us by the legislature. So I think in general, when you talk about criminal justice and bail reform, the burden that is placed on the prosecution is onerous, and what it leads to is a lot of cases get decided on things other than the merits of the case, on procedural grounds, on technicalities. And whenever a case gets decided on anything other than the grounds of the case, that's inherently an injustice.
What kind of a sentence was he facing if he went to trial and was convicted?
It would have been 25 to life. Any other questions? Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.